This ain't a church service, but it needs to be a revival. I'm not going to pray, ain't going to be no scriptures, but this is what I need y'all to do. I need you to turn to the person on your left and say like you mean it, I will fight for you. I will fight for you. Now I need you to turn to the person on your right and say like you mean it, I will fight for you. I will fight for you. And then if you can do it, I need you to turn around, brothers and sisters, and say to the person standing behind you, I will fight for you. Because let me explain something to you about this fight that we are in. Brothers and sisters, there's a narrative out there that says that we're only supposed to be focused on ending this one war in Ukraine and every other evil thing the United States government does with its imperialist, bloodthirsty planning and actions and bombings and interventions and coups d'etats, everything this government does around the world and in our communities here, those things don't matter. All we need to do is end this war in Ukraine. That's the big deal. That's the thing we need to focus on. But let me explain something to you. This capitalist system is at the foundation of every evil thing that comes out of this White House and the Congress that creates the policy. And capitalism exists, it grew, and it thrives on the exploitation of people who are different from the folks who hold the power. So capitalism continues to exploit black people in ways that it doesn't exploit working class white people. That don't mean working class white people ain't getting their ass kicked. It just means we getting our ass kicked a little worse in a different way. Capitalism exploits and denigrates LGBTQ and trans people in a different way from the way black folks are being exploited. Women are exploited in a different way under capitalism than men are. And black women and Latino women are exploited with that fabulous triple oppression under a capitalist system. So explain to me, y'all, how we are supposed to end war if we don't destroy capitalism. Yeah. How do we end wars that are fought in the name of capitalist profit? Warmongers, weapons manufacturers making trillions off of the broken bones and bodies of black, brown, indigenous people around the world, working class and poor peasant people around the world. They don't do it because they legitimately hate these people. They don't do it because these people are a threat to our freedoms. They do it for capitalist profit. Yeah. And they do that around the world for the same reason that a high percentage of black folks are still poor in this country, that working class and poor folks in Appalachia are poor, that black trans women suffer the highest rate of homelessness and unemployment in this country. Those are all the reasons that capitalism stays in place, because our exploitation, our different and unique oppression and exploitation all feeds and props up the same capitalist machine that exports war around the world. So reject anybody who comes to you and tells you that all we need to do is focus on ending this one war in Ukraine. Yes, this war in Ukraine must end, but let's not forget the 15,000 ethnic Russians who were slaughtered for 8 years by the neo-Nazi infused Ukrainian army. Let's not forget those people. And as we take to the streets, let us not forget, don't you forget the people that you turned to and said you would fight for. You made a commitment. We're not out here just to end war. We're not out here just to bring peace in Ukraine. We are out here to challenge and work within the empire to destroy the capitalist system that makes all of our suffering possible. And we do it for peace Absolutely. But we do it so that we all can have a future we can live in. So I want you to think about this as we move to the streets. And this is what we talk about every day on By Any Means Necessary on Radio Sputnik. It's the work we do in the Black Alliance for Peace, where we're aligning and getting behind the CELAC Zone of Peace. If you want to know more about that, we'll be at the church. We'll have materials for you. But I want you to think about this. When we come together like this, do not let this day be the last time you show up at a mobilization for peace. Do not let this be the last time you fight for your fellow brothers and sisters. This needs to be a revival. Don't let this be an incident. Don't let this be an event. Let this be a revival and commit to stand, to fight, and to fight together for human rights. Say it with me. We stand. We fight. We fight together for human rights. We stand.
We fight.
We fight together for human rights. We stand.
We fight. We fight together for human rights.
We stand.
We fight. We fight together for human rights.
Thank you very much. A luta continua. The struggle continues. But I promise you, if you keep struggling, brothers and sisters, Victoria, certa, victory is certain. Peace.